Hello everyone, so welcome back to this channel. Today in this video session I'll discuss how we can map the field using the OpenQuery file command. So I have created several videos on the OpenQuery file command tutorial, so you can watch it from my channel. You can see all those videos here. Now let me move to the next topic regarding the OpenQuery file. So this time I'll be mapping some fields using the MAPFLD keyword in the OpenQuery file command. So let's see what we are doing here. So basically we are first declaring the file, this file pf1 that has employee ID and manager ID. So you can see the employee ID is 1 and manager ID is 2 here, and the same way we have 2939 like this. So we have this much number of records in this. So what I'm doing is I'm first overriding the file pf1 and sharing it with the calling RPG program. And in this calling RPG program, I'm not going to process all the records that are present in the pf1 file. Instead, I'm using the OpenQuery file to create a temporary access path, that is the ODP. And that ODP is basically used by this program, shared by this program, and the number of records that are part of the ODP that will be processed through this program. And once this OpenQuery file is this program is executed, we will close this OpenID file, this one OpenID here you can see, and then we will delete the override. So what does this OpenQuery file do this time? Let's see. So we are basically selecting from file pf1 here. The query is basically inquiry selection expression parameter, query SLT. We are giving ID equals to 12. So this expression must be enclosed within the single quotes, and a character value must, not must, it may or may not be enclosed within the double quotes, but numeric value must not be within the double quotes. So ID equals star equals 12. So what does this mean? Because I just shown you the table where we only have the employee ID, name and manager ID, and we do not have the ID keyword. So what does map field keyword does here? So map field parameter in this OpenQuery file command is just used to you can create a new field out of your file, and then you can use that to query your file. Means you can select the record based upon that new field in your file. So that's a temporary field that is created in this OpenQuery file command. So I am just doing ID equals to 12. So let me show you. We don't have the field ID here in file pf1. So that's what it is. So basically we are creating a new field and then we are mapping that. So just paste down from here. So you can see the map field keyword here. So I have created a new field, map field ID, and this here comes the definition where I can provide the substring or any built-in function I can use, or any mathematical statement I can use here. So field definition expression. So you can see this is again in within single quotes. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the substring of employee ID and selecting first position and concatenating it with the manager ID field, and concatenating and substring that also to the first position. So basically I'm concatenating the first position and the first position of both the fields, employee ID and manager ID. So that becomes an full ID, and then I'm just checking if its ID equals to 12. So basically we have seen the data where employee ID was 1 and manager ID was 2. So basically we are checking whether an employee ID with 1 and manager ID with 2 exist or not. So instead of checking twice, we are creating a single field out of these two fields. So basically, based upon this condition, I'm selecting the data from these two fields and creating a single field, and I'm checking that only. And I can also map give the field type where I have given star car. If I don't know what would be the type, I can simply ignore it and it will automatically the star calculated. But I know that I want to keep it star that is character type and of length 2. I and OpenID was A, as you can see. So just click on plus. You can create multiple fields here. So basically on based upon the first field, let's say you have created two field or three field, you can create the second or third field based upon your first newly created map field. So that can be done. So this way you can create your OpenQuery file and you can map the field in your OpenQuery file and create a new field. Let's compile it. And this was the RPG program where we are simply reading the ODP. So we are sharing the ODP and we are reading the ODP, you can see. This is the file declaration, but we are not reading the full data. Before it, we are creating an ODP. So whatever the data is there in the ODP, that's being displayed. And that's it. So this is already compiled. So let me debug this. Just set the big point. Line number 1. So now just do the work job. Option 14, you can see that there is no file is open right now and no override. And for file, I would be saying that ODP open data paths. So now if we see the override is there. So once the open query file executed, you can see the ODP is also created for this file pf1. Just shift F10, and from here what we were basically checking ID equals 212, and ID was the substring and concatenation of this and this. So basically 1 2. So this first record actually specifies the criteria, so it would display the first record where employee ID 1, name 1 and manager ID 2. Employee ID 1, name 1 and manager ID 2. So you can see this is displayed. There will be no further records. So you can see there are no further records in this ODP. Only one record satisfies the criteria. So it will basically close the ODP. So you can see it's currently open. Let it execute. And you can see the ODP is deleted or closed. This will delete the override as well. So you can see the override is also deleted. So this is the end of the program. So you have seen the demo or demonstration that how you can map the fields using the OpenQuery file command. You can create your own fields and then you can basically compare those fields or specify those fields in your conditions, query, selection, expression conditions, and you can create an ODP. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.